Most software teams want to use AI, but many developers are just vibe coding in Codex or Claude, doing whatever they can, writing their own prompts, working pretty unstructured these days. In One Horizon, you can see directly the status of each of your tasks, and you can start working on them traditionally, like by seeing the details and do your work manually. You can also send them, of course, to different coding tools. So if you want to do a pair programming session with Codex, for example, you can do so. Now, the next way to really work agentic and get your own workforce is by creating agents and even full workflows of these agents. That way you can even simultaneously work on many different things because you're just delegating work to agents instead of doing everything manually. And you'll just get a notification when something is ready for a review. So since I don't have any planned items anymore, let me create some new initiative. We have an AI writer mode that has access to your roadmap. So therefore it knows what you already planned to do, what you already did. So it can use that input to make it more helpful to create new initiatives in a structured way. So therefore, even as like a developer, if you're not a product person, it's easier to structure it in a consistent way with the rest of your workspace. Now I had some idea already for this calisthenics app. And it's planned, of course. It's for the app team and I'll pick it up myself. So I just entered some draft description, like what it should generally do in my own words. And now it will take in like the knowledge from the rest of the workspace. So other initiatives it already knows about, like the descriptions, other context provided by agents or humans. Now it came up with some diagram even of how it's supposed to work. So you can review that. You can see like different parts of it have been created, like the logic, the user flow, and it might ask me some questions too. So this is actually some good question. I forgot about custom notes in exercises. I don't really care about this question. It's not really that important for me, but I did find something else I forgot to include. Now I can see it updated some more of the requirements. This looks good enough to me, like doesn't really need to go to detail because when I send it to the plan agent, it will also create a more detailed plan. This is just from the product side, so the technical details are not really necessary here. Now let's look at the new roadmap initiative on the roadmap itself. So here you can see everything we've planned. You can select it for more details and let me group it by product so it's a little bit more clear. So here you can see that new initiative has been created. You can give it a parent to include it in this hierarchy. For now, I'll skip it. And because it's planned by me, I'm the assignee, it will show up automatically in my board. So here you can see it. This is the one we just created. And now I can send it to a workflow or agent. If we go to workflows, then here you can also see your agents because they are like a part of the workflows. And you have different types of agents for different tasks, and therefore you can optimize them per task. So in this case with Richard, which is a planner. So all he does is create plans. He isn't writing any code. He isn't reviewing anything. He has access to Codex on this machine I'm using right now, this MacBook. So you can also have like multiple Mac minis with different agents and different access. You can see like what it's doing. You can give it additional system instructions. You can select a different model, reasoning effort. So what we see usually works best is select the most expensive or best model for the plan with high reasoning effort or even more than that. And then if the plan is already really good, then the build agent and especially the review agent doesn't need to be that expensive or time consuming. So especially for review, like I'm doing here, you can use like a cheaper model. So it's slightly cheaper. You can go even more cheap and less reasoning effort. So it's also faster. Now you can also select the access it has, of course. So therefore you can also have like isolated agents that only have access to certain more sensitive parts of your code base, for example. Using open code, you can even select local models. Getting back to the workflow, you can actually use a template we created. Often this is enough. But you can fully edit them. So what I most commonly use is build fully automatic, where I create a plan with that planner agent. Here you can give it additional guidance. Then the plan will be passed to the build agent automatically when this is done. He'll pick it up. Then eventually it will automatically go to the review agent. Now, if the review agent says it's not good enough, it will automatically pass it back to the build agent. along with the review document that it will create. Then it will continue building based on that feedback. It will again pass it to the review agent, and they'll be in a loop for up to 3 times, which I can override. And then eventually it will be done. It will automatically create a PR if I connect it to GitHub or GitLab, or it will stall if something goes wrong. And here you can see like an overview of these workflow runs. So you can kick off as many as you want simultaneously. If you kick off a lot of them, your tokens run out much more quickly, of course. But it also sometimes pauses some of them, like if it knows your machine is running out of memory and everything, it takes that into account as well. Now let's show some workflow runs I used before. So here you can see I created some initiative to improve variations for one of the exercises in the app. Then you can see every step, and you can not just see that, you can see the PR. You can also zoom in into each step. So for the plan step, you can see like the full activity. You can see the prompts it created. This isn't created by me. It's created based on the initiative and all that context in there in One Horizon. You can see per step the tokens that were consumed, the time it took you, what agent did it, and so on. You can also see documents that were created during this workflow, like the plan document and also the review document. Each of these documents is broken up into separate blocks, and therefore per block you can get a different status. And the beautiful thing here is that, like, let's say I find an issue later on, only with the variation behavior. Then we know like all of this was passed, it was done, it was a success, except for this one. Now, if you would ingest like the full plan document, because there's so much, you get that lost in the middle problem with your context. And now it automatically only fetches the relevant block of context. As a result, your agent will also do a better job. It will spend less tokens, it will be done faster, and it will make fewer mistakes. So I already showed you can track the token usage. You can also do that on like a full workspace level or for specific teams. So here you can measure that as well. Besides token usage, you can also measure many other things. Now in this workspace, I don't have much data. So let me switch to the demo workspace that you can also access yourself if you sign up. And there you can see some better example data. So you can see like at a high level, what type of work you're mostly working on. And let's say we discussed that the mobile UX is top priority, then I can directly tell like we're actually not working that much on it. So let me reassign some work, make sure this is done in time. Also, if you have like a lot of unplanned work, it can be an indication that your roadmap is unrealistic because you get too many bugs or random feature requests in the meantime. You can see the different types of work, how it evolves over time. You can see like how much you're changing, different topics you're working on. And this is all automatically generated for you. Like you don't need to set up any analytics dashboard because everything's connected through those roadmap initiatives. Any work that's done, like a new commit coming in from GitHub, is connected to it automatically. You'll get this out of the box basically. It's also actionable. Like here I can directly tell we have a lot of backend development or Golang. If we just have one developer that's good at that, then if they get sick or leave, we're stuck. So we can use this to proactively train or hire additional people. You can also see like when your PRs are getting stuck and everything. For that you do require to install the GitHub PR bot. So you might not see all of these metrics right away. And then you can also see like for different products, how much you're working on them, different companies you're working for. So let's say this is a small customer, then we're actually doing too much work for them. We can't really justify those costs. Also different agent skills you're using, different coding tools, and different goals you're working towards. Besides looking at your work and delegating work to agents, you can also see like a full journal of everything that was done. You can collaborate with your teams in stand-ups. So your work is prepared for you, your recap of your work since the last stand-up. And therefore you can highlight what matters really quickly and continue to the next person. And then once you're done, get right back to the work. All that knowledge is also shared with the MCP, which is also available as a Slack bot, but you can also use it in like ChatGPT or Codex or Claude to just ask like, what do we still need to do for that initiative from my roadmap, or what has Richard on his plate for today? And therefore you don't need to distract everyone all the time. You can just focus on your work, get deeper insights, and reach much higher productivity. So go to onehorizon.ai and sign up for free.